Hello, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mohammed Asim. So today we will be covering up Jenkins tutorials. So we'll be forwarding from our Jenkins series, which we have already covered in that. And what we have done up to now is that we have mentioned that what is Jenkins. We have done one session to how to install Jenkins on EC2 instance. We did one more like real-time and real-time project. Using website, if your website is static, how you can deploy it using GitHub and Github Repo auto trigger. And we used one simple Node.js application to deploy in EC2. Okay? And we did one more we did is new series, that real-time Node.js application we have deployed. In this series, what we will do in this session, we will try to forward from there where we have done in the last video. This is my video which you can forward. So I'll be using the same resources. I'll be using the same server. I'll be using the GitHub, and we will create new pipeline, and we will be using new source code for this, which is the source code management is GitHub, right? We have one project there, and we have the code from there. From there, we will create new CI/CD pipeline. And what we will cover up in this series is that we will try to deploy in EC2 instance manually. Then we will then we have NginX already installed on the server. What we will do, we will run this application in 3000 port. Then we will do one reverse proxy. Instead of 3000, we will add for the 80 port, and we will add one subdomain. We will add one subdomain, and we will add this IP into that entry. We have Google, we have GoDaddy hosting, so we can use that to map up our IP with our environment, right? And then we will go automate with the using of the Jenkins. Then few more steps are there which we will see in our session. So let's go for the lab session. We will continue. First, what we will do, we will sign into console. I'll be signing as a root user. I have my free account in AWS, so I'll be using the same AWS account. We will go and check if we have any instance running. I believe that there is no instance running currently now. So let me check what instance do I have. Okay, I have one instance which I have used in my previous tutorial. So just I will start this instance. It's starting, so it will take few minutes to change this pending stage to running stage, and to check status check also. Till that, what we will do, we will see some basic our content, what we are hosted. So I'll take you to the GitHub repository. So this is my GitHub account, right? I have one Node.js Docker repository, where in that I have a code. So I have a README document which you can follow. Okay, it shows that how to install. If you are new, you don't know how to install Node.js on EC2 server and npm package tools. Okay, so it will take you to here. If you click here, then you will be going to the one. We have one blog where it's already mentioned how you can install Node.js, right? So it will take you to the steps how to install. These are the steps. Okay, you can follow it and install Node.js on your server, right? So this step is already covered up. So then later on we have some few steps which I will be training. I will just show you in the lab, so how we can do it. And Git also we will. If you want to clone this repo, we just go click here and copy the URL. Okay, copy the URL. Then from here, if you just use your server git clone with this, as our repository is public, so you can directly use it, right? You can clone into your server, right? Clone this repository into your EC2 instance. So what we will do now, we will check it out if my server is up and running. Yes, let me see the status. Check essentializing. Anyways, what I will do, just I will copy this IP. Okay, I'll copy this IP. I will open mobile extern through which I will access this server. what we will do it now, just we will click on the session, create new session, paste the IP which I have copied from here. This is my IP, current IP of this instance. Just I will copy from here. Then I will just use username as Ubuntu. This is a default username. Then I'll click here. Then I have to give the path of my key, right? Server key. It authenticates I'm the valid user or no, right? So it will take few seconds. So it's authenticated and it's showing that I'm into 135 this IP. I'm the server, right? What we will do first step, what we will switch as a root user, right? So let me increase the font. Let me clear the screen. So first step, what we will do, we are starting for after few, we will, like after 1 week. So what we will do, we will update the packages, right? So it will take few seconds of you to just update the packages. As per this, what we have to do it, we have already installed Node.js and npm in this instance. So what we will do, we will validate it. Does the Node.js exist or no? When you use this command just to check what is a version and what is existing, it will indicate that I have currently Node.js installed and the version is 18.8.2, right? So if I cross check npm also, then it will have to prompt me, okay, it is showing that it also exists, right? If I check out git version, right, it is showing that git also exists, right? And if I check NginX, right, it should show me the version, right? It's showing that it is also installed and it exists, right? If I check Jenkins, let me see, it has to prompt me that something is there or no. So it's showing me the yes, Jenkins exists, right? Oh, it's showing me some code is replying me error, right? No issue. This we will check it out just for saying that Jenkins already is installed. So how do we access Jenkins? You have to just copy here, go back here. Let me take near to the 18 instance. Then I will paste my IP. This I have to use 8080 port. Just I'll click it on here. Okay, then it will show me that yes, I have used the Jenkins is already installed on this server, right? I need credential to log in it. So what I will do, I will just give the credentials. What I will insert the username, okay, which I have created that time. So I'll be typing the password also. So I'll just keep me sign in, right? Okay, fine. This is done. So we have 3 pipelines which is already running on this on the Jenkins. So for the time being, what we will do, we will create one more pipeline. Just I will mention that Node.js, right? Welcome pipeline, right? So it should not be any space in this. I'll be clicking freestyle project. Then I will click here, right? Wow. Okay, fine. What we'll do here, I will mention this is this CI CD pipeline or Node.js welcome node and NginX reverse proxy, right? So this we will use reverse proxy, right? But just to remember that what's the use case of this one. For I'll use using Git, which I have a code exist here. So what I will do, I will just copy the code from here. Then I will paste here as a public repository. I don't require any credentials, so I'll keep it none. Then let me validate what is okay. The branch is master, from where I have to pull the code. So the master is there, the environment is there. Okay, fine. This is done. This is done. Then what we will do, we will add some exceptions, right? shell we will add it. What we will do it, just I will mention that no issue. We will just for the time being, just I will key it ls, that's it, just to check it out that what command is working on, right? So what I will do now, just I will click build now. So the trigger is done. So the build is done, right? So it's showing me that this build is successful, right? If I go for the workspace, when I click here, it's showing me this. I have three like repo. One is .get, that is seek node, right? This is hidden dot, index.js and readme document, right? I have three. So if I check the build, what exactly happened? So if you check the console output, then it will be mentioning that yes, I started with the user Asim. So my name was given Asim in the initial steps, running as a system. And the build what has done is stored in this path, which is node welcome, which I have given for the pipeline name, and in the workspace, right? So in the workspace, what the content is, we have seen that, right? So the tool is none. Okay, fine, no credential because it is private. It's public repo. Sorry, it is cloned from this, which we have given Asim Akram node, right? We have given URL of this one. So it's indicating it has pulled the code from there. It has fetched all the code from there. These are the command in backend. It works, and it's showing that remote URL was this one, this, and it just listing me after this because we have given one command in the shell script, right? Sorry, shell command, right? Execute command. There I mentioned the plus ls. Ls me what is there in this pipeline. So this was the task. So this is the things which you can see from the Jenkins, right? If you want to see server based CLI buys, just to check it out how it is. So we will copy this path. We will go to our terminal. I'm in the server. Just what we will do, we will use cd command. I'll give the path of this. So you are into this directory, right? If I ln here, I'll be showing that yes, we have .git, readme, and index.js, right? So what we will do now, I will run from the main folder, main path from here, right? Instead of going in this directory and running your application. So it's make some issues, right? Issue in the sense we have to go back always. So what I will do it, I will go back to Jenkins. I'll go back to my pipeline. Then I'll go for the configure. Then what we will do it, what we will do is just I'll say that copy, right? Copy star, okay? Copy the star, all the content what is there here, and I'll give the path, like let me see, I'll here. No, what I will do, just I will give mkdir first. What you have to do is you have to create one directory in the sense node Asim, and this one you have to create one directory. Then what you have to do, you have to copy the content of existing workspace to there is a path of that will be using. What we will do now, we will execute some commands. We will write here execute shell commands. First thing what we will do, we will copy star content, right? Where in the var, the path I will give where I want to copy, right? So I'm mentioning that it has to copy in all the contents, right, including the dot file to star and in the www, right? Create one directory. From there you can add in all the contents of this, right? Just I will save here. When I build here, right, it should fair, right? Let's go and see. It's showing that there is no directory. Copy IR is not specified, omitting directory. Okay, cp copy IR. Okay, fine. We'll go back. And what we will do, we will go for configuration. Copy command. Then we will add -r complete, right? Mention, just save here, right? So we will build it now. Let's see what the build takes now. It's showing me that again it's failed, right? It's showing that www.git permission denied. Welcome to the new permission denied webhook. Permission .js readme index touch docker. What we will do, we will add one name here, like node async. Then again, what we will do, we will just save here to check what does it say and why it is denied. Okay, we will build this. We will go and check it out what the console output says. Showing me that it has already pulled. Then update is done. This is done. Okay, CP index to async. Target is there is not a directory, right? I don't have the directory here. So what we will do, we will go and create one directory in this area. So currently where we are, the path which we have given here, it has to be var www node, right? So just slash var www, right? If I enable that, I shows that I don't have the directory, right? So I have to create the directory node async, right? Node async. Then I will click. You don't have, cannot create permission denied. Okay, we will switch to sudo mkdir. We will try this with, otherwise what we will do, we will just switch to root user, right? But now with this sudo is already done, but for the better we will switch to root user, so that it should not be any issue always, right? var www, right? If I ln here, let me just clear an ln. Showing me this, I have node.js, right? This error I think we have resolved, right? It cannot create copy this. So we'll go back again to the pipeline. Then we will build now. Okay, we will click here the build and we will see what's the console output. So the console output is showing that we don't have the permissions, right? Permission is denied. What we can do, we have to give the permissions so that it should be accessible, right? So what we will do it, we will go back here, okay, in the var, and we will use the command sudo, right? Sudo command sudo, and we will use shown OW on, and we will use R capital, and we will mention the Jenkins with Jenkins, right? Jenkins, and we will give the path which directory permission we don't have, and the Jenkins don't have node async, right? This directory permission the Jenkins don't have. So what we will do, we are giving permission to this directory to the Jenkins. So if I click here, if I see ln, then it will be showing me that see it's Jenkins. Before it was root, right? So now hopefully we will resolve this issue. Let me trigger one more time manually. So it should be successful in this case. Okay. Now if you click here, it's showing that it's successful, right? What it done, it took all the content from the GitHub repository. Then it has copied. It has executed in the workspace of Jenkins. From there, it copied to the destinator var was www node async, right? So our content is already exist here now. If you check here, ln, you'll be seeing directory, right? If I go into this directory, if I click here, I should be able to see all the contents of my Git repo, right? So if I go for the Git repo, then I have two documents which is here, right? So now what we will do, we will see the readme document, because I don't know what the developer has returned in this, right? What written and what are the steps they have mentioned. And the developer, I have written the code, and that means I have to provide the steps also what I have to use. I might be using the yum packages to run. I may be using another npm package and express packages based on that. So what is the it says that to install, first what you have to do, you have to cd into this directory, right? If I enter here, do I have any directory? No, it's fine. So what we will do, we will cd into directory. We already into the directory now. Then what the first step is that we have to install express package, right? If I click here, it will just install the express packages. Okay, it's saying that install packages is already done. The next step, what we have to do it, I have to start node in .js. So what I will do it, I will use this command to start my web application. Okay, index.js. Okay, this is a file which the code exists in this. If I run here, it's showing the server is running. So let me go and access with this. So how do I access? I have to copy, right? I have to paste here, then I have to keep semicolon, and I have to add 3000 port, right? It's showing that welcome to Cloud Asim YouTube channel. Okay, let me validate it is the same content which is here. So what happens if I use node inject.as? Whenever you click Control C, so the application stop by itself. So this is not the better way. So instead of that, we will use the command which we as a developer I have given that. So I'll be using known hook. So in the back it will be running, right? So if I exit also, if you go and refresh here, you'll be finding, right? This is the code is done. So let me validate now. Is it running the same way? I mean, it's taking is the same code which we have mentioned. So if I cat index.js, right? So I'll be seeing, yes, these are content which I have been seeing, right? So this is done. So we have the content. So next step, what we will do, we will integrate a webhook, right? So whenever the code has been triggered, then at the time it should be stopped. Before that, what we will do, we will use the code and we will kill this kill this build. So it should not be any issue, right? When we made automate. So what we will do it, we will go back here, and in the document it shows that how to kill, right? So just I'll copy the page, copy the code. That with this code, if I click here, it will be showing that what is the IP address on which my node application is running, right? Is listening on 1107. This is the PID. So what I have to do it, I have to use kill command, right? I have to give 9 as a permission. Then I have copy this IP, then I enter, right? So my build is already killed, right? It's showing that it's killed. If you go and refresh here, it should be not reachable, right? This is done. So now what we will do, we will go back to the Jenkins part. So this is my Jenkins, when I have my pipeline, and then I'll go for the configure. Then I'll click on the webhook trigger, right? Webhook triggers. This is done. Then I'll go here and I will just click here, settings. Then I'll go for the webhooks. So we will add one webhook, right? Just I'll paste the URL with this our port running and GitHub webhook integration, right? Just I will save here webhook. So it should trigger and it should be pinged correctly. Okay, the ping is already done, right? So what we will do, we will go back to this repo, right? Then I will go back here, right? Then what I will do it, I will edit some code. It should be treasure, right? So what we will do it, we will just click here, welcome to channel. Please share and subscribe, right? This is the content what we have done. I will edit like I will add line added subscribe, right? So I will commit to the main branch. So in the backend, what I have to do it should trigger the build. I have to save. Okay, fine. I have not saved this. So this was a build done before, right? So again, I have to go and check here. Okay, fine. What we will do, we will give one more edit. I will like, please share and subscribe. Time kill, right? Time kill, right? Just I will commit here. Okay, and the commit is done. So now if I check here, it should trigger, right? It should trigger a build here. See, it's showing that the build is triggered. Okay, if you click here, if you go for the console output, if I click the changes here, it's showing that there is something update has been done in index.js, right? So, and the commit ID is showing, and it's showing that line as subscribe, what details you have given there. This is the reason, right? So, and it's already, if you go for the console output, you're seeing that it's already copied this revised code, the new code to the node async directory, right? We will go to the terminal. We will just ls here. Okay. If I cat and see index, so it should be show me that. Don't forget to welcome to the channel. Okay, here is please share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Right. This already we have given the details. So if I check update this one, let me start the application. What we will do, we will start the application using the same commands what we have used before. So what were the basic commands we were using? One more time we will write install and npm install, right? Stick installation, so it's showing as no point, right? A node, the command was node, and I'll be using node index.js, right? So it's showing me that it's running, right? Is the same code which we have updated. Welcome to the Asim. Don't forget to share and subscribe. So why is not displaying me here? Welcome to Asim code. Welcome to Asim. Okay, fine. We will copy here. Instead of that, we have some mistake. Check here. Is icon right? We will copy the title content from here. And we have the mistake to copy that. Just I will paste it here, right? Then I will commit. Right? So the commit is done. So backend, what we will do, we will kill this. We will kill this, right? So what we have to do is, yes, the build is taking place here, auto trigger with the Repo integration. We're showing me that build is done, right? So what we will do it, just we'll use the same command, node index. Right, JS to start my script. We're showing that locally is running on this application. If I case is, see, you have seen the content now, right? Yes, welcome to Cloud Asim YouTube channel. Please share and subscribe. Thank you very much, right? So this content is done, and it's not working like it's not what I do. I mean that it's running successfully, right? The application also is running successfully and it's working. It is running on 3000 port. This task is done. So whatever we are triggering in our GitHub Repo, it automatically pulls and it's built up, right? So the next step, what we will do, we will use manually we are building, right? Control C. This time we will use the Docker, right? Docker to check to make it a Docker container and deploy it, right? So what I will do it, we'll check this. My Docker is there. Yes. Do I have a Docker file? That right? So what we will do it, we will create one Docker file, right? On that Docker file, we will run our application, right? With the Docker file, what we will do, we will create an image. With that image, we will create a Docker container, and we will run the Docker container, right? So this we can do it correctly, right? So we will create first Docker file. So what we will do it, I will use nano Docker file command to create this Docker file. Create one Docker file. For that, I have the content. Just what I will do, I will copy from here, which I will share you in the description or in the GitHub. Just I will go and I will paste here, right? So basically, it's telling me that it's using 14, right? The image of application code, Docker image. Then copy this one and installed and copy the code which you have in the current directory to the directory, right? So then expose on 3000, and the command is go on node index.js, right? So I will click here as then this the Docker file is already created now. What we will do is I will create one Docker image out of our Docker file, right? So what we will use the command is here. Just go and paste it on the terminal, and I'll give the name of this Docker file as async node.js, right? And I'm saying that it should be created in the same directory, right? It's saying that okay, the npm express is working, and this version npm computer version, but the path is okay, fine. This is done successfully built, right? So what the tag is given, node async node.js, right? If I check the Docker images in this directory, then I'll be seeing that yes, there is a one node. There is a node app async, right? So async node.js. Okay. So currently what happened is created async node.js, right? This is the name which we have given. And what we will do, we will use this image to create one Docker container, right? So the command for that is to use this command. Just I'll paste in the terminal, and what I will do, I will just use my image which I have in my directory. The directory is async node.js, right? So this is the one. And what we are doing correctly, 3000 port we are using to map it out, right? So if I go and fetch the app before like is my application is running here, no, that means the port is empty. If we click here, automatically we'll start creating one Docker container, right? So it is the command which is here, Docker run in the daemon port, right, in the background, and the port mapping we're using Docker 3000 port with the EC2 3000 port, right? So this is the port mapping we have done. If I click restart here, in this scene, but here the thing is that it is working in Docker container, right? It has own environment, it can be working, right? So this is successfully done. So now what we will do, instead of going in the instance and creating this Docker container and turning the Docker container, we will use Jenkins to run that Docker container, right? So first two things what we have to do is we have to stop this Docker container. So the command is to stop is Docker stop, and Docker stop the container image. So container details, how I can give a Docker PS, right? So I'll be getting the container ID, right? So Docker stop, I'll be using the ID of Docker. So it's prompting me yes. Docker, let me refresh. It doesn't stop, it's taking time to stop, right? Okay, fine. Now it's done, right? So now it should read any content here. Yes, fine. So instead of going and manually creating an image and deploying the container, so you will be using Jenkins to do all this activity, right? So what we will do it, we'll go back to the Jenkins. Over here in the build, I mean pipeline. Then I will go for the configure. Here I will go down. I will keep everything as it is, right? I will use everything as it is. Here, CD, like this, okay? Then what you have to do it, you have to create one image out of this content, right? So build new image, which I will be giving like build docker build dot, right? The tag which I am giving is a node async one, right? The content in the same directory of node async, right? So this is done. The next step what I have to do, I have to create one docker container, right? So docker container, what we will do, we will say that this is the image, right? The name what I have to add in docker would container, right? Container. I name the container as node container. So I will copy this command, the Jenkins, right? Okay, this is done. This is a task which we have to do it, right? So 3004 currently, let me see, it is usable or is empty. Okay, so it's showing that it's like it, right? So I would have anything on that. So I will see here, right? I will click here. So it should build. Okay, fine, it's failed. Maybe the permission issues I have to give here. It's saved that copy is done. CD also done. Docker build dot t node. It isn't install the Docker build in the error content, no permission to it or dot. It's still market fair. Okay. So what happens is in case don't have this, right? So what we will do, we will give two permissions, right? We will give two. First I will give the Docker permission, right? The Jenkins, so that it can read it. The Jenkins user doesn't see it. User mode, the Jenkins does not exist. Okay, so what we will do, Jenkins, right? So we have already given the Jenkins permission. Then I'll give to all current users also. So it should not be any like glitch or so. So just it the Jenkins. Okay, fine. Start. I'm using capital letter. Fine. So we have given two permissions all, right? So now what we will do? We will build again this build, right? Then again it's showing me that console. So it's showing that okay, this is done. No permission to get this hooked up, right? So give the permissions to the okay, fine. Oh no, there it is. Okay, for the no, I don't have the permission. So what I will do it, I will give the permission to the no password. So just I will go here, okay, with the command which we give the permission. We just take a command and give the permissions to the Jenkins, right? The directory which is here, no, this one don't have the permission, it has only the root. So I'll just click here and I'll enter. Okay, this we already have. When we give 644 also, which sub again. So just click result. Let's go back and see how to generate it. Here, see it. Let me go. We will click here and what we will do it. We will go and change in our anything in our okay, just go here, content, please subscribe, share. I queue for 200 subs subscribers, right? I will just click commit, update. So it has to trigger here the build is triggered, right? Just we will wait, we'll see how the build is taking place. Let's see. Okay, if I click here, it's showing me. Let me go and see in the console output. Domain socket and the post and deny all try to domain socket. Permission denied. Mark as a flag. Okay. Alright. Overtry the socket. See what exactly is this? Scatter. See? Just right. Or showing me that yes, it can be RC. Check that. Start the Jenkins. Second, okay, create here. Okay. The Jenkins is getting started. Just wait a few minutes so the service gets started. Okay, so what we will do, we will check the status of Jenkins. Is this running or no? Okay, starting. So I'll go back to the terminal. The Jenkins, right? Then I'll click on the code. Code base. Subscriber type. Very type him. Very much. Right? I will add some content here. Keep subscribing also, right? Keep tag. Copy. Jenkins. Let me go and check the pipeline. So it should trigger the pipeline. Okay, so it's showing that the build is triggering now. Okay, the build is successful, right? So let's go and check it on the console output. So it's showing that okay, this is the directory where in the workspace Jenkins we have content, all the content we have added, right? And it's showing that okay, fine. From there, what is done, it has copied to our destinated directory which we have mentioned. From there, what it does, it has created one, right? Node async one. With the node image, what happened? It is reading the Docker file which is existing in the directory. It took the node 14 image from the Docker. It copied. It used run npm install express, right? It's copied the content from the existing directory from the container, right? And I need exposing on 3000. So and if it is use node, it just .js to run this application, right? So it's showing that RCM1 latest, and the run is mapping 3000 port with a 3000 port of container to 3000 instance, and it's showing big success. That means we should be able to successfully access our application, right? So what we will do, we will go and we'll copy our IP, I will paste here, and I will click here 3000, right? Okay, so the content is the same thing, right? How to validate that? If I click here, the Jenkins, if I go back in the changes, then it will show me that I have done some changes here, right? If I click the details, it's showing content, and I go back here, I check the changes. Yes, there is something changes has been done. The workspace, yes. I click here, yes, it's showing that, yes. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Okay, the text, right? Is the same thing. So this part is already done. So now what we have to do it, we have to report. I cannot give the IP and 3000 port to the this so that they should access, right? So what we have to do in this case, we have to reverse proxy this one, right? So what we will do, we will go back here, Control C, then we will go back to NginX. So NginX is existing. Let me go to the main root directory, CD ECD. This is the default path for NginX, right? NginX, then NL. I have to go to sites available, right? CD sites available, right? If I give LN, I'll be finding the default path. So what I will do, I will create one. First, what I will name app reverse proxy, right? App proxy name file, right? And that what I will do, I will add the content of this one. So the content from where I will getting the content from this. Let me just go here. We will go and copy the content, the reverse proxy, right? This is the content. Just I will go. I will use the nano command. I'll just paste here. I'll share that what domain has to be, right? Domain name I have to give in here. So what I will do it, I'll give new app, right? App. We have a existing domain which is hosted in code ID, and there we will copy, right? We will copy the code from here, right? This is here. Then I will just paste it here, right? app.htp hp printers and repair.com, right? Whenever you ping this one, it has to reverse proxy to this end, right? So just I will click back, enter Y, then I will exit, right? So this task is already done. So now next what I have to do it, I have to go, okay? I have to go and add the IP, my instance IP is my instance IP, okay? In new record, right? I will choose I will give app because I have give here there the app. Just I will paste and I will save, right? So it will take few minutes in the backend to update the DNS record. Okay, the DNS record is updated successfully, right? So the next step what I have to do it, I have to the terminal, but what I have to do it, I have to copy the content. I have to copy the content. Just I have to paste here the command, right? This is done. So if you check here, so now we get some configuration. There was some issue of the configuration. We will check now. Okay, the syntax is done, right? The syntax is correct, and what we have the content in that is that click here, you'll be seeing that listen on 80 HTTP is some domain. You have to edit here, right? Just go here, just go back, just click X, Control Y, right? So this is done. So if I check Perfect, this issue show right. Okay. Then we have to restart the service of NginX, right? If we ask the service of NginX, then I'll be saying, sorry. So right, so it's saying that our system is already running, right? So when I go here and if I hit what I have to get, if I hit app.settherapy.us, right? Then I should be seeing my application now. See, you have seen the content now. We have done the reverse proxy. Instead of using IP 3000, or it's accessible through the domain. So now what we have to do next step is to provide provide SSL certification for this one. So the reason is showing it's not secure, right? There is not a professional way to do it. Use this content, right? So now what we will do it, we will install, let's say, SSL certification on this application, right? So just what we will do, we will install server, right? So before that, what we have to do it, we have to update our package. Let me update, right? The next step after that is we have to install some plugins, right? NginX plugins. So if we get install setpro, right? So it's installing the setpro. It's asking yes. Okay, this task is done. Then what we will do it, we will request setpro, okay, to issue me the certificate for this subdomain, right? So I'll request them. So they will be just not appear to me requested in NginX plugin does not work. Okay, fine. In this case, what we have done, we have set 1 point. So what we will do, we will install the plugins which we have installed. So this is the plugins for the setpro of the right. So I'll click here. So it's prompted me after it's background clear. The plugin is done. Request now. Yeah, I go back and I request now. So it will prompt me to the email address. So I will give xyz.com. Right? I can keep the original and dummy based on this. I say that yes. So it's requesting a certificate for this domain. And domain is with us. Okay, it's showing that successfully certificate is received, and where it is saved in this location of this server, ECT let's encrypt live. There you have two keys, full chain app and the private key app, right? And the path also is already updated. You click HTTP to HTTP app stprinters.com, right? So these are the things. Now if we check the configuration of my reverse proxy, there you will be finding the location of my keys, right? So see, it's showing me that it's reading the key which is located in this area. It's also reading this key which is present in private key, right? So exists in this key. So based on the keys which is in the server, it's authorized to read it, and it will provide access as a certification on our slide. If you go here, if you click here, so it should be a background here, right? You can see here, we're showing that now it's secure, the connection is secure. If you click here, if you check here, it will be prompting that this SSL certification has been issued to app.http://printers.com, right? And that the organization which is issued is Let's Encrypt. This is the organization we have requested, right? So if you check here, you'll be finding yes, it's not active. So based on that, it's showing that yes, based on that, it's issued. And now when it is issued on to December, right? So this is today's to December. It's expire after 3 months. Okay. So this is the things which we have to do. Hopefully, we have completed this all the task. We have created one Node.js application. Okay. We use Docker to containerize this one to application. We created a image of Docker image of our code. Then we ran the Docker image. Then we created a Docker file. Finally, we have all the content from the Docker file. We created one Docker image. From the Docker image, what we have done, we have created a Docker container. We have to it 3000 port, 3000. 3000 port, it was accessible before, right? But the problem is that we cannot give that to the customer or to the client, anyone to access with your IP and 3000 port. It is not safe, secure, the best practice from the DevOps or the cloud. Okay. So in that case, we will do the reverse proxy using NginX web server. Okay. We did a configuration file for the reverse proxy. We added a subdomain to it, and we gone to our provider, GoDaddy. There we have mentioned subdomain name like app, and we added our server IP to that, so it should be redirected to this. Whenever you hit this IP, then you will be able to access content on this, right? So these are things. Welcome to Cloud Ascent channel. Please subscribe and share. Thank you very much for 2,200 subscribers. We have 200 subscribers, right? We have 200 subscribers. So thank you very much, and hope you love it. Share with all your friends. Thank you very much for connecting to me. Thank you. See you for the next episode.